last guy is because I wasn't really paying attention. Alright. What do we got bot lane? Well, we kind of lost lane already, so I'm just gonna see if I can get her to late game. She already has the incorrect mastery on for a champion, I believe. Which, that's fine, I guess. Don't really prefer uh, this bitch. Okay. A lot of AD on their team, but they have two really big shield users, along with, you know, Jarvan and almost everyone has a shield on their team. Um, our main goal right now is to... Oh, Nautilus Diamond Season 4, that's nice. But, main goal right now is to hopefully at least does her job. And, see what we can get done here. Late game Orianna is going to be, a ball of death. I don't really want to be near her, which is really good for Janna, because even though, um, overall that Janna gets countered by fucking what's this bitch's name? Orianna. It doesn't really matter because I can just I know how to kite better than she does. Just judging from the game. Can't see some of these names for some reason. Very interesting. Alright, sorry. I had to talk about college thingies. But overall we're just going to lose this lane. We're outranged and we're out DPS'd. She just does way more. Alright, well this Caitlyn's fucking garbage. Yep. You see that? That's cute. Alright, sorry. A lot of distractions, lovely, at fucking middle of the night. Anyways, so you see what this bitch is doing? This is why she's going to die in a few seconds. It's because she's not respecting Caitlyn, and she's not respecting that I'm back here. And that's why she died. Of course they care and all, but you know. That's just being ignorant and bad. honestly, that was pretty worth. Basically I was just trying to stall her back as much as I could. Just try to... My summoners are a lot less worth than hers. Like, I'm fine with burning summoners because I already have a mastery. I'm really out of it, so I'm not gonna be like able to really understand what the fuck I'm saying. But basically, I knew that she wasn't here because, you know, I already saw her back because I had a ward here. You should always ward this area. If you're losing lane, you ward that area. If you can't ward this area, you ward that area, and you ward this area. Like, you have to. It's like you are going to die if you do not. Because if I was Jarvan, I would have tower dove this fucking dumbass Janna in Sivir all day. All day, every day, I would have done that. But, you know, that's me, I guess. These two already have a lead. This one and this one already have a lead. She has flash, so we're not gonna be able to kill her. This guy you can kill though. You coming? Yeah. That was just stupid. I should have pinged, but that was my fault early. She has fervor? Yeah, she does. No wonder she's shredding my asshole like a Swiss cheese. She thinks she can 2v1 us, but she can't. Even with these minions, like, I'll die, but it's fairly worth. She's just trying to soak up as much CS as she can. I want to shove this wave in so she gets somewhat denied. I don't know how our fucking AD carry has more CS than her. We don't have vision of Orianna, so we're just probably gonna back. If she doesn't back, she's being greedy. I'm just gonna rush Sightstone here. There's really no reason not to. See, her just shoving this wave instead of backing and just letting it crash is another reason why she's gonna miss out on a little chunk of it. She could have backed, she could have got her boot, she could have finished her Caulfield. She keeps thinking that her spell shield's gonna block the auto. Newsflash, people, Sivir spell shield does not block autos. Jarvan's just sitting here fucking collecting XP, which is great. He's just delaying Lulu's 6, which is fantastic. We don't really need to be scared of a dive because we can already see him. I know that I can confidently peel hard enough. He's just trolling because he's probably pissed. That's bad. You see that guy? That guy's bad. See, she just walks up, so like I know she's gonna come by to try to kill her or try to, you know, DPS her. Try to always be able to be near your AD carry. Also, I shouldn't be trading her with like that at all because of her fervor. She's just gonna keep stacking and do more damage than I can. But always try to, you know, get in a sneaky auto here and there. Like, I know I can confidently trade her because I have a tier 2, I have a Nomad's Medallion, which is a tier 2 support item, and I will just constantly be gaining HP here, and she won't because she doesn't have Warlords, which is more essential on Caitlyn. That was a good idea. She played that pretty well right there. But we have no vision. See, you see how I can't go in here because one, I don't have vision. Two, we're losing lane. I can't afford to walk into this push without getting traded by Lulu. Because she'll walk up or she'll walk up, and I'll just get fucking reamed. I can't afford to push up a lane that I know I'm losing. She shouldn't be taking this. She just took an extra like 60 damage right there for no reason. Including shield. And this is what I'm talking about. Ah, unfortunate. It's okay, honestly, that's alright. They can't even clear this tower out. Ziggs, I don't think it's gonna die here. He might actually probably land a kill. He did miss his W though. Yeah, that's a most likely a kill there. Oh, that's unfortunate. Ooh, that's a nice flash. Anyways. Uh, mostly that was my fault there for dying. When I saw her, I couldn't really back away or anything, but, you know, I tried to play it as best as I could. I figured she was just going to Q immediately because I knew her Q was already up, because it's only a 4.5 second cool, 4.5 second cooldown. Rank, what level is she? 3? Pretty sure she's maxing Q, so that should be 3. That's about a 3.5 second cooldown. Actually, it might be a little bit more or less because she already has 20% CDR. I already fucking made an oopsie, but I can't. I need to go now. We don't know where the jungler is, but that's pretty much okay because we already saw him mid and he's already fucking around with it. So what we're gonna do is probably drag this out right here, and I'm gonna put a pink ward or whatever the fuck the shitty stupid ass word's called. I'm gonna auto that so they don't have any vision later on when they try to see if they're trying to go steal it. You see how I think that's probably Lulu coming by to just do her average wards. But that's fine. I just didn't want to auto that, so it just takes all like implications of seeing. Yeah, she's gone. That's unfortunate. I didn't think he was gonna ult immediately. He's gonna try to layer his CC as much as possible, but he just fucking threw everything at her. That's fine, I guess. No, none of this shit. Always make sure you put a ward there. She's fucked. I don't know what you're doing. Like, what are you doing? This is why you die, because you're fucking retarded. She's probably dead too. Can't help her, I'm leaving. Don't be a hero. Like, if you have stupid fucking teammates, just let them die. Like, it's their fault that they died. Not your fault. You're not the hero. You're just the support. Obviously, you know, you could try a little bit harder, but it's better that you don't feed your ass off and they do. In all honesty, because you can augment gold hard enough to just carry their dumbass, which is perfectly fine, you know, let them feed. Because at least it's still a monster. Pretty much we can just carry. She can just carry us to late game with that. There's really not much of a problem with that after then. You know, always make as a support, especially Janna, one that can this again, this. I need to change that, but I can't think. So I'll go do that now. I'll just suck up this wave while I'm backing, and then go change my trinket. What I don't see with a lot of supports is they don't constantly back. You should constantly back so you reset yourself on the map so you can get to other places. Like, there's no... You don't need to stay bot all the time, especially when this tower is gone. You, as a support, can go other places. That is extremely risky and very, 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 very ballsy. If I was at Riven, I would have fucking just... I would have sliced that bitch in half for doing that. Using one of her only invulnerability spells on against me, I would have fucking killed her ass. You don't do that. That's extremely disrespectful to a champion. Unless she was like ganking and had Nautilus, why would you flash for a support? She doesn't have any mana, so... She flashed. Pussy. Dead. Idiot. I don't know why he just didn't walk away. Leave her alone, there's no reason to fight her. Shield myself without against auto proc. If she's just gonna stay like that, she's just gonna get herself killed eventually. Or he's gonna get himself killed. Either one, really. And that's how you end up dying. Okay, so the whole debate on boots and mobility versus lucidity boots, I honestly always go lucidity boots. Since I go Lock of the Iron Solar earlier, because I'm always someone who uses activatables and think activatables are infinitely stronger than anything else, especially including passives. I think you get more bang for your buck, especially running something like Aegis the Legion, because then I could just go Aegis straight into finishing this, or I can go into Eye of the Oasis and get my extra HP. Which is, you know, it's pretty fucking cheap. And I think I get a little bit extra of CDR. I'm gonna back and reset myself. Always, you know, try to make sure you have a control ward. I'd probably try to buy two, because that shit happens like that. So you can go over there. You need to not do that. You see this? This is the reason why people lose games, is because they think they can do something when they know they can't. They think they can, but in reality they know they can't. This person needs to back off because they have no vision. They're going to walk up and they're going to go die there. You can let him face tank because he's a stupid tank. Like, overall he knows what he's doing. I was gonna go ward over there, but I pretty much knew it was just better not to. No reason trying to fight it now. Nautilus in reality shouldn't have hooked there because one, he didn't have a really clear visual on a target. That was pretty good there. That was Oriana's fault rather though, walking into our own minion wave and not respecting that Ziggs was pretty obviously coming because there's, you know, a fucking giant vortex bomb coming at them, but you know, whatever floats your boat. Um, this is a bad TP. She couldn't take the tower even if she tried. Like, she could have perfectly animation canceled that and still would have gotten the tower to 1/4. And in the end, it's gonna, you know, tower's gonna come down. I'm almost level 9, so I need to make sure I go and upgrade my trinket. I should have put a ward down here, and then I should have immediately put a control ward right there, just to prep for it. But I knew that they were coming, so instead I just walked away from where I was going to ward, and just called it the end of the day because I knew that it was just extremely dangerous to do something like that. It's always good to make sure you can try to angle this as well. You know, do a clear sweep if there's any wards here. Another good thing, you know, to always, as Janna, you should try to maximize, or rather, maybe probably any support. I mean, I only play Janna most of the time. That was a really fucking dangerous ult. We could have lost the game off that. Oh, can't stop that one. And now I can just sit in front of her because she can't kill me, and I could just sit here and just bully her without having any. Gotta watch for that guy, and that's pretty much it. Hit level 9, so I need to go grab my upgraded sweeping lens. Just W her real quick. Just keep the kiting going. She can't fight him. Jarvan can, because he can just gap close, no problem. You can, very few things can interrupt the Jarvan EQ. Alright. Always remember, do that. Now we can go ahead and finish Eye of the Oasis and then go straight into Ardent Censer. Ardent Censer is your bread and butter on this champion because you can get everyone's attack speed going. Even if they're not an auto-based champion, auto still hurt. And also, this has one of the best passives in the game, especially for Janna. Movement speed and shield power is actually fucking insane. So I can just walk up here. Now don't get me wrong, this build, this active is like fucking god tier, but there's really no reason. Yeah, okay, yeah, I knew she was gonna cancel her TP. I would've fucking killed her ass. Alright, let's go here, because she has no TP now, so we can force pretty much anything. They're not gonna go, they're gonna wanna get a kill. That's fine. This is why you just back off. Now he's going to potentially die for a red buff. That's one of the problems with lower elos, is that you guys go for, like, really not okay things. Like, a red buff is not going to win you the game, but a Baron will. I guarantee you a Baron will win you the game. And there you go. Easy Janna ult to disengage. Pop the locket just to make sure no one dies, and that's pretty much it. Make sure she didn't get hit by a Rogue Auto. Charge your Q up so you can make sure you can CC the wave as it comes by. Ooh, you see, if she would have just waited, that was bad of you. I always stay relative to the nearest person's auto range. Like, I can stay relative here, but if you know, like, you got, it's just more so playing other champions to get to get it familiar with their danger zone, so their range of influence. If you play against, like, for instance, Elisa's range of influence is about like here when I follow her, because I know in that range I can easily dodge her E. You should always be around, especially with your AD carry. Always be around to where their longest CC ability or gap close ability, plus the flash distance. Because even if I was there, at least could have flash E'd me and almost point blank, and I would have instantly died. Obviously, she's not going to do that to me, but she's going to do that to my AD carry. So you need to position yourself to where your AD carry will follow you. Usually, a good AD carry will stay behind everyone. Always good to make sure you get some. See if there's anything going on here. Pop this here. Pop that here for precaution. I need to get out of this pit as soon as possible. She's a free kill. I need to be around my AD carry, but... Oh wow, that caught me. That was impressive. That was my fault. I was really debating on flashing this wall here, but when I saw Riven, I just feel like she was just gonna flash Army. But I didn't expect her tail end to catch me. That was my fault. No one else's. That was my misplay. The biggest misplay from the Dragon here is we cannot let them get Red Dragon. This is like the main reason we're losing this game is because of Riven's heavy engage and Caitlyn's just sheer fucking DPS. You can see that I'm skipping Redemption just because I have a Sivir and I have a Nautilus, and both of them have pretty good, like, well, one, she's an AD carry, so she's just gonna do damage. And overall, we should force this. Pretty sure we have more vision on this. I don't know why that wasn't going. That's pissing me off. Make sure there's no wards. You see, like, our team is not following us. This is why we're losing the game. Is because Nautilus is, like, fingering himself. We cannot do this. Like, we're going to die here. This is how you die. This is how you lose a game. You see, you also notice that every time I hit my ward cap, I back. I lose my wards, I back. I go back constantly. Always try to go. Keep your wards constantly flowing. Do not, and also a good way, you need to make sure that you see how I don't ward deep in their jungle at all. Like, I have a ward here maybe, but that's when we were following here to make sure they weren't coming with us. But it doesn't go anywhere deeper in their jungle, because putting wards down can mislead your team into thinking that they're safe and that they can go in. This was a fantastic engage. Pretty sure we can win this. You see how I knew she was going to try to come back for me because she had a little bit of vision on me. So I just waited. She's probably going to come around here and just go the long way, which is perfectly fine. We're pretty even right now. Oh, God. If he caught that, we would have killed her. Ooh. Again, not respecting ranges. You see how, like, I was nowhere near Ziggs because I knew his ass was gonna get killed? And, you know, I could have shielded him and all that, but it's just not necessarily worth when it comes down to that aspect. I totally started building the wrong item there. Okay. This is also the biggest reason why rushing Ancient Coin is just the best when at least when it comes to this champion. When it comes to champions that can't really auto attack very well, or at least get spells that proc um, Spelthy's Edge, it's just better to get this because your AoE goal over time is just constantly coming in. You're always getting gold, no matter what. You're jacking off, you're getting gold. You're watching TV, you're getting gold. Like this is how this champion, or this is how. Okay, I had to think there for a second. That's fine. She blew her ult for a good reason. Even though it's a really heavy engage tool, that was a good ult because it saved us from not getting raped. That was a really good E. We just need to keep rolling down and coming as a team. He should have just tried to grab Jarvan. Even though Jarvan's a really big engage tool, we could have poked him a little bit there. Nautilus is so huge right now. He does have 2 MR items, which isn't very good. He should have went for another health item, or he should have went for a second Aegis. Even though second Aegis isn't really the best, oh god, she just killed herself. Holy fuck, I don't know how she didn't die. Ugh. I should have really held my. I wasn't watching Riven. I was too scared of the Jarvan EQing, but he didn't even do that. He just fucking point blank ulted. I need to be really paying attention to Riven and exhausting her earlier in fights, because she's the only one that's actually decent on their team. Caitlyn's a fucking garbage can and probably doesn't even know how to tie her shoes correctly. The only reason she lived, or is like even winning, is because of Riven just drawing so much attention to everyone. But that's more so my fault, so I need to start paying more attention. And this game's still extremely winnable. Like the gold is probably dead even, if not that it's either dead even or in their favor, and even then it's probably like 3k max. I really don't want to go for that Wind Dragon. They might. I don't even think they're honestly going for this. I think that they're just walking here to clear ward or look for wards and then come back, or try to go for a pick here. Yeah, they're not there. I mean, we can try to sneak this, but it's extremely risky. And they already know I'm here. And they already have Scuttle. Sivir, like, just gets fucking reamed. I don't know why you double warded or I warded, but whatever. You see where I put that ward? Because I already know that they're gonna try to come in. And I kept all my wards at Baron. Like, I didn't try to backing reset them because Baron is the main target right now. It's 30 minutes in the game. We see Caitlyn at the bottom. We should go for this. We should go for this. We should go for this. Like, I see Caitlyn in the bottom lane. I see 3 of them in bottom lane. This is ours. This Baron is ours. There's, like, literally nothing to it. This is ours. This is also where your Ardent Sensor comes in handy. Everyone just gains attack speed, and they can just shred this shit like a fucking Swiss cheese. And they're dead. That is how you peel, ladies and gentlemen. You become the distraction. You see how, like, I was always I tried to flash to get in front of the ult from Caitlyn, but, you know, my reactions just weren't quick enough to watch where that was coming. Oh, they killed her. What fucking dirty dogs. No, we can get this. We can get one of these. We can get one of these. We can get one of these. Okay, or not. You can all can just fuck yourselves. That's annoying. I don't know why we're going. We can't really. I don't really think this is extremely risky. Even though their jungler and Riven is down, we're a little low. Some of us don't have mana. But I don't know. This is. I wouldn't recommend this. And that's another reason. You just don't do things like that. Like, we should have just kept going on the tower. We could have got an extra one. And, you know, probably good chance we would have died for that, but it's pretty worth when it comes down to it. Alright, I'm capped on 40 CDR. Or 45, rather. The reason why I walked up to Riven and just popped her Edge of Night is because if I wanted to get anywhere near her or CC her, oh, I thought she got that. That would have been insane. So what I'm gonna do now is just backpedal and ward in our jungle as much as possible, because this is where things get a little scary. Like, you see how I try to make a somewhat path to see, because this is where most people go. They take a tower, and they run through here, they ward as much as they want, and they'll either go top, or they'll go and reset the map bottom. Holy shit, that was so much damage. And then I just popped my ult as fast as I could, just to get her out of here. She's so fucking stupid. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Ooh, I need to get out, fucking out of there. Okay. Risky and stupid. Ooh, I'm gonna die here. Yep. When I walked into that W right there, which it wasn't even on anymore, the slow was still on, the Caitlyn flashed because she had a headshot, and that's the reason why I said I'm going to die here is the moment she flashed, she just gonna one-tap me. She had max stacks on her fervor. She did like, oh, I can actually tell you how much she did. Yeah, she just did a straight up like 500, 600 damage in one auto, and that's like more than half my HP at that time. But as you can see, even though the multiple mistakes this team made, that I should be as like the typical, I guess, support. Which this isn't like a god tier score or anything, but I could have died a lot more this game, and I've denied a lot of gold from the enemy team. Basically now what we have to do, our job, is to set up for this as much as possible. Deny these. Get them out of the way. Even though they have Baron buff, we can still pretty much go for this. Or rather not go for this, but defend it. Riven's down, or Riven's bot lane, or top lane. She probably has TP now because last time she already canceled it. Didn't really do much. We need to be around for this because if they take it, we're going to lose the game. So, mental note that that ward is there. Can't stop him from taking that, even though I really want him. Two do not need to go top lane. Like, it's Riven. You let the Nautilus go top lane because he has TP. I'm gonna go grab my core item as quick as possible. I'm honestly surprised she didn't instantly fucking die there. Alright, cool. I got that.
need to seriously go over there and contest that. Yeah, we can take this now. We don't need jungler for this. I have to go because Jarvan's coming at like Mach speed to come diddle my asshole. I'm gonna put this down just because I want to go get a new item. Alright, I can pretty much round off my build and just grab a chalice at the moment. It's honestly not worth even going for the Forbidden Idol because even though I have a what the fuck is this song? Even though I have 45 CDR, it's just trying to overcap is just not worth. That's why a lot of people go Boots of Mobility over Lucidity, but I go Lucidity just because I go lock it really early on in the game to maximize my efficiency. Try to clear out these wards because you just do not want these here. We pretty much need to blitzkrieg this shit and just try to run it down. Remember to ward their jungle as you walk by. What are you doing, you fucking crazy bitch? Pretty much we are running on a very, very short fucking timer. That was a good free damage right there. Cool. Made her burn her HP. Let me pop that. Make sure to pop these. She's not in range, so she can't really use them. This guy's being beyond retarded. I can't afford to get another one of these because I will die. Just make sure you Q him. Delaying his ult is extremely important, and now we're all going to die. Now it's just trying to clean up and leave and stall. Stall, 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 stall. Ooh. Rank 7, BM as much as you can as you are treading towards your death. Make sure you Q here. 3, 2, 1. Oops, XD. It's okay, they can't really do anything. They're just fucking upset. You see, this is why you shouldn't try to get yourself tilted, because everyone does this. You see how I tried to stall as much as possible, trying to stay alive as long as possible, led to this, led to that, and led to that, because they're tilted as fuck. That's how you win games, ladies and gentlemen. You BM, you hit that, you hit that. You see, watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this instant replay. Rank 7. Now we don't even have to push. She can just be retarded and run her down, run them all down now. Oh, those shields are brutal. Ugh. At this time, when I have 3 activatables, I usually put my Mikhail's Crucible on 1. I need vision. Why is my ward not going off? XD? This is where I die. Oh, you see, that was my fault right there. You see, 18 versus 16. But that was just my inner support kicking in pretty hard. A little too much for me there. Alright. So, now that you're full build, always remember your blue pot. Elixir of Sorcery is one of the best in the game. We actually might lose here. That'd be really surprising. You see, you should have just leave the tower. Like, it's okay. It really honestly is okay to leave a tower. Like, this is a little greedy in my opinion, especially what we're doing now. Make sure you CC him. Do that. Try to get your ult off. And really your ult isn't for the heal, it's really more so for the CC optimization. That's my E's back up. We can just go and clear. We can go and clear all of these. Owie. We need to use this wave. It's good to ping those timers once in a while, just to show your team, you know. Sometimes, a lot of people don't press tab a lot, so it's good. Also, pre-CC these things, especially when your team's trying to take them, because CCing them reduces their armor by 80%, I believe. I believe they usually have 40 to 125 when they scale, over time, every time you kill them. I don't know why she has a Z0 up, or she really should have went with a GA or not Rite of Ages, Rylai's Crystal Scepter. I need it back because I'm out of wards and I need to reset myself and kind of reset my team as well. Pretty much Ziggs only ulted just to wave clear, just pretty much all he can do, to be honest. So my goal really right now is to watch Riven and watch Orianna ball and when to ult. That's pretty much your job as Janna, is to find the highest threat, and that bitch is dead. No point in me trying to help her. Again, no point in trying to help her. She wasted an ult though, which is cool. Watch what Riven's doing, considering she ulted. She's just really... The exhaust was worth doing that. Oh my god, that fucking trap is so homo. And now we end the game. Oh, that was such a good TP. What a god. Let me chaos that. You see this, you know, you ignore. Ignore minions, you don't need minions. Minions are for gays. You're not gay. And that's, I guess, the end of the game. Cool. Heal him for the extra shield. And I guess that's it. Ugh. A second game after placements isn't so bad, I guess. I already started out with 30 LP. That's pretty cool. I guess a small game review would be like... a lot of the time I didn't min-max my shields there, especially when it come to Caitlyn headshot autos. I should have respected her a lot more on them. I don't usually run into a lot of River Caitlyn, so that was a little weird to actually go against. Um, a lot of times Sivir really did not respect fucking Jarvan at all, and that's what led to her like ultimate like getting fucking killed constantly. And it wasn't really Jarvan killing her; it was just Jarvan getting free EQRs off and just full rotations off on her. As Sivir, especially in that situation, you just gotta like she didn't. She kind of ignored him, and when you're an AD carry, especially low range AD carry, you have to kill. You have to auto the person you can that you are in a comfortable area autoing, but also try to find the person who's doing the most damage in that area. If it's only one person, if it's only Jarvan, then you just gotta auto Jarvan. She didn't do that. That is another like really big fault she did. And there's a good few times I ignored my AD carry because as a support, your overall goal is yes to make sure your AD carry gets safe. But in a lower elo, especially in this elo, this account has I think 400 MMR above gold one. I don't remember anymore. But just overall, she played like they all played pretty poorly. Like we shouldn't have won this game. I already knew from the start where we were going to lose lane just because of sheer matchup. She didn't respect Lulu and her EQs at all. It's the reason why she got first blooded in the first place. Um, and I guess that's about that's about it. I could have ulted a lot better too. There's like 2 to 3 times where I fucked up. Do we have any? Does anyone have any questions? Morgana, you. I need to make sure I'm right on this and why they do this. Okay, so in my opinion, Frost Queen's claim is extremely good on Morgana. The only real reason I look back on this is I wanted to see where they had Zhonya's. In my opinion, if you were a good Morgana and you know how to flash R and really min max your binds per minute, then getting Zhonya's before your redemption is overall better. If you're a good Morgana, if you can land your Q and you can land your R in multiple scenarios, I would replace redemption with Zhonya's, but you will be a lot less HP. You'll have your armor item, your scaling armor item, but you won't have your HP, which is why I do always, recommend building Sightstone first. And you could even go like Ruby. You could go Sightstone, Frost Queens, and then Zhonya's, then Ruby, and then your redemption, just because you need the HP. Like you need the HP. Stats and HP complement each other. You can't have a lot of HP and you can't have a lot of stats. You need both. I still don't like Boots and Mobility. I think Boots and Mobility, ever since their rework, is just not worth. I think Lucidity boots, like, you will cap above your CDR, which is okay. And there's another thing is masteries, which this is what I've started running as well. Windspeaker's Blessing on Morgana is probably one of the most retarded things to think about, but it is so strong. Your E is just infinitely stronger. Your E also scales off with this, along with your shield, your other shields and heals. Like your E actually like Windspeakers also scales off of Redemption and Locket of the Iron Solari, which is why there's two core items on almost every support. The reason why you grab Frost Queen's Claim is to engage. You just Frost Queen's Claim Q. They cannot escape it. Unless they flash or someone walks in front of it, they're gonna get hit. It's so hard to not get fucked by more Q. Even without um, Frost Queens, it's extremely hard. I'd honestly still switch Boots of Mobility out for Lucidity Boots and just get the early CDR because you really need it on your the min max your Windspeaker's Blessing. Well, Soraka's a if you need any more questions on this, just you don't really need to worry about these. This is min maxing. This is stupid. This you need to read that. With Soraka, I haven't played as Soraka in a long time, but Soraka is a hyper carry support. This is probably incorrect. I wouldn't go with that, in my professional opinion. I'd probably go with something like this. Um, Again, most frequent starters. A good Soraka knows how to Q and when to Q, especially when trade stancing. Trade stancing is when you walk up and either use a skill shot or an auto attack while an enemy opponent is walking up to get the last hit on a minion. You walk on top of that CS, the CS that is dying, your ally minion that is about to die from a last hit. You walk up to that because they are going to try to last hit it, and you auto them because in that 2 frames that they're autoing, they cannot auto you back. They cannot do anything, and they'll most likely turn around. Even if they go and try to auto you, you got the first auto off, or you got the first skill shot off, so you can line up your other things. With Soraka, she's really good at this because I think her Q is almost 1.5 or 140% her auto range, and getting a Q off every time someone tries to auto, which it obviously takes practice. You'll consistently pump out that little bit of damage, that little bit of damage, that little bit of damage. Also with Starcall, her Q, her passive on it, if she hits, she gains I think 200% bonus. I need to read this. Yeah, Soraka recovers health. I think it's just 200% your base HP regen. I don't think it goes off with missing or anything. Along with that, I still would. Nah, I wouldn't rush Talisman of the Ascension. That's not that great on that. I think this is a perfectly fine build. With Ardent Sensor, you need to make sure with any champion you're running Ardent Sensor, you need to give it its maximum potential. Shields, and heals. You need to give your shield. You need to prioritize your shields and heals in your AD carry. Obviously, anyone that is auto attack based, Tryndamere, Warwick, Kayle, anyone that benefits off that extra percent, that extra attack speed, that's like 2 daggers right there. You're augmenting their, and you give them on hit effects. You give them that extra 20 HP. I mean, rather the 20 HP drain is what I'm rather talking about. That 20 HP adds up when someone's like when a Twitch comes out of stealth, maxed attack speed, that's like 50 HP gone in 2 autos each time. Bang, 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 bang. And you as Twitch, you'd shave an extra 160, 200, 300 HP off a tank in no time, and that HP matters. If you're not very good at trade stancing or don't really understand the concept, it's just honestly best to go and grab the Ancient Coin. In this setting, that wants you to get Eye of the Oasis. It doesn't show you that, but that's pretty much what it wants you to build at the very end, is get an Eye of the Oasis. Like complete your Sightstone to the Eye of the Oasis. Again, Lucidity Boots, some of the best boots in the game because they reduce your summoners, and as Janna as these supports, especially Morgana, you're flashing and you're exhausting. Exhaust is the strongest ability in the game, hands down. Strongest summoner in the game is Exhaust because the armor and the armor and magic resist shred, the 10%, I think it's 10%. Is it not going to show? That's annoying. Alright, so let's see here. Yeah, so it takes 30% of their attack speed, 10 other magic and armor, and reduces their damage dealt by 40%. That 40% is a shit ton. Like, that is insane how much that does. This is the strongest ability summoner in the spell. Summoner spell in the game. Always make sure, like, there's a few times I messed up on Riven, but the last three main fights, if you go and watch it, every time she engaged, every time she EQ'd her, like, E and then jump, I exhausted her the moment she landed because that's where all her damage is. She also is not engaging how she should be. She's just engaging to engage because Jarvan was too much of a coward to engage. Her ult just didn't do any damage there. Now, obviously, in the ideal situation, I wanted to exhaust Caitlyn and I wanted to exhaust Orianna, but as Janna, especially in other champion supports too, Soraka, Janna, etc., you cannot put yourself in the middle of a fight. There's a few times where I did put myself in the middle of a fight, but I for the most part know my champion's limits. It's more say like you. I try to stay like if you see I try to stay in front of Caitlyn, but I try to stay behind Nautilus. That's the sweet spot. You want to stay in the middle, and you need to see how like I paid attention most of the time ish. I still fucked up. Paid attention to the Orianna ball because getting caught in that means I can't ult. It means I can't disengage from my team, and that means we lose a team fight. Because there's a few times where I made my team lose a team fight because I didn't ult correctly, or I got caught by a Riven jump, etc. Because I was too close into the fight. Weaving your activatables with your ult. What's it called? Redemption will, I'm pretty sure, unless I'm just retarded, but Redemption will cancel your ult. So you Redemption and then ult. It's just better that way because another reason why is a lot of lower elo players they run away from Redemption because they just don't understand it, don't understand the mechanic, or they feel like they're gonna die before it drops. But they'll stay in the Janna ult because of the knockback. So if you cast your 2 and then your R on Janna is a 2.5 second ult. 2.5 second or 3 second, I don't remember. It's 3 ticks in total, so I think it's 3 seconds. Putting that because your Redemption, which I usually have on my 2, is a 2.5 second cast time. So at the end of your ult, that Redemption will go off and you'll gain the full HP, the full effect. Now you won't do the true damage, but true damage is fucking useless on it. You could have 0 true damage and still be one of the best support items in the game. The other reason why I rush Locket is because the shield is just, in my opinion, better. It just scales harder in my opinion. Like early game, it's just stronger and it's a point and click. I don't even have to point and click. I just click, and anything around me gets the AOE shield, which is why it's better in my opinion. You need to use Championify, Cat, which is it's really hard to forget about your build when it's just laid out in front of you. Which is even, I still screwed up here and there. Champion GG, OPGG, and Championify are the best. Championify, you want to make sure that it grabs it from champion.gg, and it'll convert all of this patch's builds to the highest win rate. It'll make like custom builds for you, and it'll do for the highest win rate and most frequently played builds. It'll separate into 2. At least that's what I have it to do. Okay, I'll just go through a quick tutorial real quick. So you want to click the setup. You want to do releases. Obviously, you pick which one you're gonna do. So, and then we click this, and then we click run. You want to let it do its little run through real quick. Alright. So, basically, what my initial setup is, you want to click browse, obviously, go to your PC, find the League of Legends folder. You don't have to go into it, you just need to make sure it's selected like that, and select folder. When you click this drop down, any of this shit is you don't need. You just want Champion GG. This is raw statistics. This is from League of Legends, their own statistic. You don't want Korean builds. You want any of that. You want Champion GG. If you really want just meme around, you can get the ARAM item sets too, just for ARAM. I don't care about. I don't play ARAM, so I don't give a fuck about it. Um, you want to have it where it splits it up to the highest win rate and then most frequent. You want to have it to use shorthand instead of q.w.e. It'll tell you what skills to order to put your order in as well in the actual like preset. It'll just have like its title will be what you should do it. I like it to have it like that to a little greater than signs. It just looks better in my opinion. Make sure you have consumables enabled because it'll put all the consumables you need or frequent ones to use all in one row. Make sure it has trinkets so you can go to your scanner and then to your sweeper. And I have this because I just make sure it's only on Summoner's Rift and not like ARAM and stuff because or I don't really play any of them, but I just make sure. Make sure it deletes old ones because you don't need the like shitty item sets that are old. You want to always stay what's current. This is raw stats. This is always raw stats. You find the best and the worst, the best and the worst, the best and the worst. You always go with the best. That's how you improve in League, in my opinion. Like, and I say that, but then you say, well, Robert, why aren't you playing Sion? Because he has a 55% win rate. The reason I don't play Sion, for instance, is because his overall play rate is not very high. That's 5,000 game. Okay, let's say even yeah, this is 2,000 games this patch, right? But this one has 32,000 games this patch. This is more reliable. It gives me much more accurate stats. Its play rate is 14%. That's pretty fucking high, and its win rate is insane. My win rate on Janna, not right now. Right now, it's not that great, but I'm taking League more seriously now. Okay, I'll go over this again then. Okay, so you get your little championify. You click it, let it run. Alright, so obviously make sure you have Champion GG highlighted when you click anything. I don't know why it does Korean builds all of a sudden randomly. Just make sure you have your League of Legends path. You click browse, make sure you find your League of Legends. Not your document. It might go to your documents and say League of Legends. Don't do that. Make sure it goes from this PC, whatever your League of Legends file is actually in. Make sure you highlight that, select it, bam, found League of Legends. Fantastic. Make sure you have split up item sets, use shorthand, enable consumables, enable trinkets. This doesn't matter, this is just what I like. And then import it, it'll do a really long import. And that's it. That's really all you have to do about that. I'm gonna go over Champion GG and why it's so good. Champion GG is raw statistics. This is recording every game ever in platinum or higher. And this is usually pulled from, I believe, Korea, which is like, the better area. Korea, North America, and Europe. Every other one is Korea, North America, China, and Europe. Things like Latin America North, South, Brazil, etc. are not included in this because they're not relevant and they're bad. So, yeah. There's why that's another reason why I say Champion GG is so strong is because it takes the best of the best and compares them. Overall, the patch statistics, you don't really need to worry about this one. You don't need to worry about FAQ. You basically just go to your ranking, like the champions. Like, okay, so for me, I always go to support. And as a good, if you want to climb, you need to pick champions that have higher win rates, highest win rates. And like I said previously, in a scenario would be like, Robert, why don't you play Sion? He has a much higher win rate. The reason I don't play Sion is because his play rate is extremely low compared to other champions. Sona, for instance. Sion's is only 2K games played, while Janna, on the other hand, has almost 33,000 games played. There's a much bigger difference there. There's much more solid statistics, and there's just much overall play rate. And here, 15,000 or 14,000 games played here. There's just overall better, more just um, more solid, yeah, just solid statistics. It's pretty simple. It's not really hard to explain. This is really the only champion I exclude because this champion, just because he has a high win rate, he also has a low play rate. So be wary of that. Don't pick it just because it's cheese. This is really more of a cheese champion. It's been high for like 7 patches. I should probably play it, but I rather not. So like with this, the reason why I say I always recommend the top five. Top five, anything below is garbage. You don't play it unless you're exceptionally good at it. There's really no. Um, that's really it. You don't really need to worry about this section or this section. Just overall win rates and what they build and how they build it. You don't really need to worry about runes because standard AD carry runes like this one are just fine. You don't really need anything else. Masteries. Really, masteries, skill order, and core build is really the things you worry about. That's about it. I don't think there's any other questions. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I can't play another game. I need to go to sleep soon-ish. I do not believe there's really anything else to talk about. I'll probably do one tomorrow since I will be free most of the day. I'll be home at like 12 after college, and I'll probably record a few games and talk about them and the overall importance of what makes a good support and what makes a bad support and what makes a good support and what makes a great support. Um, but yeah, that's about it. I'll probably go over this. YouTube auto records this video, so I can literally mute it and just rewatch it and see overall what I've done and see if I can actually use this as a legitimate like video guide. But I don't know. I'm not really the best like commentator at all. But yeah. So that's gonna be the end of this. I will do one tomorrow, maybe two. And I might do one on AD carry because I'm alright at AD carry. I can't do a jungle because I'm garbage. Maybe top lane. Yep, that's about it.